So today I just want to talk about the students and a lot of things which are happening towards immigration in Canada, and a lot of protests that have been happening in Canada related to the same by some of these students who have come here and probably got their work permits, and now they could not crack the professional job as per what Canada needs, and they started finding it difficult to sustain because they don't want to leave country just like that, because they wanted Canada to extend their work permits for whatever reasons, right? So, and they're putting up demands such as extend our current work permits beyond a stipulated time period, and also make all those PGWP as 5 years. And I know whoever is in the zone of it, they should be getting the PRs automatically, kind of a thing. So when I read this, it sounded so funny to me. And a lot of citizens also have been, Canadian citizens have been saying this, that how could you come to our country and demand, right? Which is very true. And how could we go to a different country as an immigrant and then we put up clauses, demands, protest, and create that unrest in this country where we do not even belong, right? So obviously when someone comes into our countries, we wouldn't welcome these kind of atmosphere or gestures or kind of a. So when I'm coming from that kind of a country, and if I found that to be funny, and imagine what the Canadian citizens may be thinking about us, right? We have come here to probably change our lives from the busy lives to probably have a better work-life balance, or probably get better opportunities, earn in dollars, and have a quality life, explore pretty good climate, and free out of pollutions. So we've come with pretty determined expectations, and automatically we are here, and we have to obey the rules and the regulations of this country and not put demand to it, right? So automatically, if that is a demand that you want to put it up, you can put it up as a suggestion to have it considered, but not just come on the roads and all of it in and out. But the reality is that I have seen Indian students who come here to study, and I've seen them working part-time jobs. And since the pandemic time, I'm sure most of the colleges and the universities have the online delivery, right? All of their programs were delivered online. Most of it, at least 70% of the time, I think they were delivering online. So these students who have come, especially from India, they never took serious attempt on the studies. Even those ones who are in the early 20s never cared about studies. I'm sure in India also a lot of students probably may not be interested in the some topics and areas. They try to skip classes, and all of this is pretty common. But here, imagine you spend hundreds and thousands of dollars and you come here, and you join the online class, and you don't even listen to it. You just put the mobile aside and you do your work, kind of a thing, right? So I found at least 3-4 people who were doing it in those instances, and I asked them, are you not attending classes? They simply said, I'm not interested. And why do you even come here when you were not interested? So and if I were able to see 3 to 4 cases, imagine how many people would have been there who have this kind of a pattern or habit, right? So especially those who have come here with the hope that, oh, I'm gonna secure a professional job. So this is your milestone, right? So that's a milestone. That's a milestone that you need to achieve by probably professionally grooming yourself, developing that communication skills, or building that vocabulary, or building that network, or building that kind of an exposure that the employers would ask you, expect you to be. Imagine if you were to be doing engineering or a master's or any related program. If you appear for interviews in India, you would have to crack an interview, and they would ask you to speak in English, and they would ask you to be professionally dressed up, and they would ask you to professionally interact with the seniors or anybody when you on board. So the same kind of expectation you have here in Canada as well, right? So a lot of Indian organizations, you have a mix of Indian organizations and Indian organizations who support those US or Canada or UK clients, and there are US firms which have established their operations in India. So all of these, the culture is more or less the same, the expectations are the same, and Canada is no exception, and they're asking you to be the same as you are expected to be in your home country, right? So nothing wrong about it. I've barely seen very few of them who put in that effort in that direction. I totally when I talk to I get to talk to a lot of people, and everybody says that entry-level job is a struggle, which is very true, because of whatever reasons is happening. It could be because of the economy, or it could be because of the influx of people that have come into the country, or it could be anything else which is beyond human eye, right? So all in all, my messaging is going to be like, if you're coming as a student, so please come with your full effort and put into it. And if you come to study, and nothing wrong in doing part-time. A lot of Canadians also study and do the part-time jobs, but they don't prioritize one over the other, so they try to balance both of it. And if you are coming as a student and you're ready to invest at hundreds and thousands of dollars, absolutely okay, do that, and spend the 20 hours on work or 24 hours on work, and remaining hours of work beyond the work, focus on your studies. See how you could groom up yourself on technological skills. I've seen really bright Indian students who come here, and they've had some YouTube channels, and they thought, okay, this is pretty distracting, and they thought, okay, let me focus on my study because that's my bread and butter, and once I complete my graduation, and is when I'm going to focus on these kind of extracurricular stuff where I could invest time and energy onto it. So there are bright ones for sure. I'm not denying that there aren't any. There are, but there are large majority which are the other side of it, where they don't really focus on what really the organizations want. Because I get to talk to a lot of Indians who probably apply for the jobs that I manage for, and when I talk to them, they don't even have basic communication skills, to be honest, and really upsets me, because I've seen a lot of people who cannot speak good English in India, and there are exceptions. And imagine you come into Canada and you can't even speak English, and if you want me to hire you or give you that opportunity to have that interview process, you would never be able to get into it unless you develop your skills and prove that, oh, you are an exception and you have put in that great effort in that direction. So think about it. I think this is a real struggle for a lot of people. I think this is the pool which helps the countries to build a lot of talent into the future, right? So the student population is the largest for any country for that matter, where a large proportion of people enter into the workforce, and they're the ones who have to shape themselves into the bright ones, and have to do something of that sort, right? So yeah, think about it. And with that, I would like to conclude this video by just stating that, okay, just don't come to merely earn money and deprioritize studies, but you will have to balance both of it. Study automatically comes as the top priority, because that's the intent that you're coming here for, right? So think about it. When you're studying, also you need to work on other aspects of it, which is communication skills or learning new technology or anything of that sort, which can help you to get that beautiful job that you could work and dreamed of.